Last time we left off, the group retreated back to the city of Vallaki in an attempt to help head off an onslaught from nature. Upon arrival, we snuck into the city, seeing them toting around a big ball of that wood we found in the Burgermasters' house.
Indeed.
We snuck along and we parted into three groups at the end. One of our quarry turned into a bear and terrorized the town. Two of our... that was the goal, and you executed it.
Diversion.
You executed it beautifully. Two of our quarry went and confronted the Burgermaster, and the rest went in and talked to the people in the inn. Found out that the people at the town square have been captive of the Burgermaster for not being quote-unquote happy, and they were the ones being punished. Upon going to the Burgermaster's mansion, being joined by the very effective bear, the Burgermaster would rather turn and flee and fight, but we got him captured. Locked him in his heckin' jail cell of a room that was already occupied by a gentleman that we helped and saved. Locked him and his wife away, then went down and helped defend the town from the onslaught of the Omega Tree. And rallied the troops, and here we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right. Seen in upon the burning fence line of Vallaki. As the tree went down, it dwindled to a smoking cinder. And the heroes are surrounded by cheering guards. However, there is another sound. The sounds of fleeing civilians running to and fro. The city has been greatly affected by the attack.
Well, what's up with the other fronts? Can we tell?
You don't know. You don't know what happened at the other fronts. They're farther along, and there's big holes in the fence just like here, and you see wake of destruction, but don't know how they've fared.
All right, well, I would recommend that we split force and have one go north, have one go south, to check on how they fared.
All right, who's going north? Who's going south?
I'll go north.
That north was to the lake.
What?
I'm disoriented on the map.
Where's the city? Yeah, where's the city map?
They
Oh.
struck from the south.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I meant
sorry.
to-
Yeah,
I was talking
East
relatively.
and
So
west.
yeah,
Okay.
east and west. So I'll go up here.
Where did
We
they
can-
strike?
Actually,
So the 3 points of attack were here, here, here. You guys went to the middle one.
I'll go east.
Along with
I'll go. Yeah, west. I'll go west.
Okay. So there's chaos in the streets still,
Yep.
all around. Concentrated in any particular direction? Moving in any particular direction?
It's you can only hear the screams from a distance right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna book it over to the east side. I'm going in this direction.
All right.
Okay.
Well, yeah, okay. I was going to say the other thing we could do is we could go west and send Isaac with everybody as the guard to east. So we can go support the west guard, and Isaac can support the east guard. What do we all think about that?
I'm heading west regardless.
Y'all think that's a sound plan?
It's probably a better idea if they have a larger number there. Probably pretty good to have them taken care of, especially right in the middle of town. If we can diverge the big trees off of west side together, that's probably a better idea.
All right.
Well, I'm pretty indifferent about this, with one caveat, that being that it took pretty much everything we had to turn that last tree as a group.
Right.
And we spent a lot of it.
We were also told that these trees were smaller than that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So, like I said, I'm indifferent. Ooh.
Well, we need to make a decision here, folks.
We
I'm
do.
going
I'm
or
still
west.
heading west.
I'll go with you, and we'll head over there. I'm going to tell Isaac he needs to listen, and he needs to go over and take care of everything in the middle of town. We will meet up as soon as the danger is past.
Yes, the gods must be rallied. I'll take them with me, and we'll find out where the west tree traveled.
East tree.
Where does Tados go?
I'm going west. You need to take the guards east.
I would go west, then. There's a demanding look in his eye.
You have to go east, otherwise it's likely we all die.
The fate of Velaki depends on this movement.
Roll persuasion there, Tados.
I'd be assisting him because we need to go
Okay,
now.
take advantage.
There you go.
Oh, okie.
He did. He literally snuck it in there at the last
He
second.
did. That was
I did.
great.
I did.
Persuasion, you say?
Yep. Advantage.
Ah, there you go. I think it doesn't matter either way.
21 either way.
Didn't need it.
Need it. All
20.
right. Sorry, I forgot to pull up Jesus.
This game don't care about your help.
Nope. No, my help doesn't matter. It's fine. It's
Poor
fine.
guy.
It's fine. I'm just here. It's okay. Don't
All
worry
right, so
about me.
just to be clear, so I understand what happened there. Is we tried to order him to go to the east, and he was trying to go to the west.
He was trying to go with Tatos.
He was trying to go with Tados to the west.
Okay. All right, that was the bit of context I wasn't sure on. Thanks for clarifying.
Tados will be safe for the time being, I suppose. Why don't you accompany me east, then, if I must go east?
Because the west needs tending to as well.
We have plenty of adventurers.
Our group will go west. You and your guards will go east. And we will operate independently for this operation. And then we will reconvene after the operation is complete.
All right.
We'll go make short work of our tree and come back to yours.
All
Until
right.
that point in time, you must contain that tree or defeat it.
Be cautious. And he turns to his men, and they follow.
All right, I'm going to start
What's
running
going on?
west.
That way?
Oh, I already left a while
You
ago.
guys run west. All right. Oh, all right. You want to take off ahead of them.
I said I was going that way. I'm going that way. They can catch up if they want.
Boon takes off ahead of the group while they talk Isaac into going east.
He's a doctor. If he gets killed, he can resuscitate himself.
I'll go with
That's
him.
how that
Yeah.
works.
Well, that's a
see him
damn shame.
I'll see him peeling off, and I'm not a patient man, so I will go with him if allowed.
And what of me? Am I to remain here, or
You come with us.
or come with you?
You come with us.
Nice.
I do hope we figure out a more permanent solution to our situation soon. Otherwise, I fear that the Devil Strahd may be upon us.
I agree.
We dilly-dally too much.
Dilly dally. Didn't we just get her where she wanted to go?
Yeah.
Also,
I'll go.
tree.
A little bit
You
of
must-
mixed messages on this one.
You must remember, madam, that the reason we're here and in this situation is because that church is desecrated. We could have left you there, but I don't suppose you'd be there now.
I'm sure this church must be safe. We must figure out what is wrong with it. It is the utmost important.
That is my plan after this city is not under siege.
Yes. Well, had we performed better in our diplomacy, perhaps the siege never would have happened.
Well, that is neither here nor there. The past is the past, and we must not dwell on it.
Indeed. She concedes your point and continues west without further complaint.
Perfect.
Bitch, trying to
Be all grumpy pants at me? No.
trying to get saucy about us trying to defend these people after she had us bring her here. We should just offer and be done with it.
Wow.
Hey, I'm not even with you guys right now.
No, you're not.
Yeah. You didn't hear any of that.
No, I didn't.
Tayun and Walks Among Stars, you
That was just my character.
sprint past some screaming civilians towards what looks to be a distant bonfire just outside of St. Andrew's Church.
Okay.
You guys are right about here.
Yeah, we're gonna blast it. I'm gonna fucking So what kind? So I got like a chunk of wood, right? Is it in a form like where I could like swing it around even in its rough form right now, or what? Could it constitute a club in its current form?
It could. You're not sure how effective it would be.
Well, it'll be great once it has Shillelagh cast on it. I just wanted to make sure that I could swing it around and it would be okay.
Yeah.
I have the tool to cast it on something else. I would just flavor wise rather be swinging around this hunk of wood.
As you approach, Walks Among Stars, you immediately notice two things.
Yeah.
The tree is looking incredibly weak.
Yeah.
Just a few yards from the front door of the church. And the noble Vasily von Holtz seems to be leading the defense.
Who is this?
It's the guy we met in the pub.
Vasily, the accountant from Kresk.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the Kresk guy. That's the... Never mind.
Did we meet somebody from Kresk?
Yeah, on our way out of the city.
On the road on your way out, remember?
We were gonna go to his castle until we ran into a bunch of trees.
I must have gotten spaced out or something during that period because I don't recall that. But that's okay. It's okay.
It was 2 sessions ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
right, but there's a noble from Kursk or something here.
Yep, he's backed up against the wall, his longsword out, and he's slicing roots left and right as they snake out and trying to grab the mixed militia around the tree.
Okay, well, are we in combat yet, or
you can choose to enter the initiative if you
prepared? No, I want to cast 2 spells before I enter initiative.
Go ahead.
I want to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
Because I'm hurt. I do have 1 final 2nd level spell slot, but
the extra casting time will allow your companions to catch up to you.
yeah, and cast on the way. That's The question is, do I go level 1 or level 2 on this? How much does this thing do? 2d8 or 1d8? I can't remember, guys.
How?
Is Cure Wounds? I'm gonna use my 2nd level spell slot.
Cure Wounds is 1d8 plus your whatever.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I rolled an 8. I rolled
Nice.
an 8 on my extra, so I got 18 total hit points out of that, which
Nice.
should get me. That should make me good, actually. That
Mhm.
does. That fills me right the fuck up.
Nice job.
Cool. That was a good roll. So that was my second level spell, my remaining second level spell slots, and I am 0 available. Fortunate. And Shillelagh on my new piece of my new hunk that will later be refined into something more effective or more cool. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you rolled a 5 there.
Hmm. Oh, his initiative. Do you want initiative from me as well?
As soon as you're ready, yeah.
Okay.
It's your bad roll.
You can re-roll since I deleted your initiative on accident.
Oh wow, nice.
Wow.
He gets a 4.
The benefit.
Hey!
How do
Wow.
I have to
A
grab
surprise round for Dr. Teu.
Hail Shayton.
You said that we're caught up to him now?
Yep. Everybody else who wants to enter this fray
I don't have a
can
token.
do so. There's just the one tree remaining, so we're not going to roll a battle map.
I don't have a token, but here I go.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to get a token in there. I'm going to have to get a token in there. Sorry. Right.
Me too.
Yep. You're in.
Any ads? Is there any ground troops or just the tree?
Like I said, there's a random militia of villagers with pitchforks and whatnot, and they're being egged into combat by Vasily.
But there's no blights on the other side. There's no ground troops on the other side.
No guards present. No troops on the other side. No aiders of the tree in sight.
Okay, there's no. Okay, that's what I was
God
asking.
damn. We got there.
I went from rolling a 2 to rolling a 20.
Yeah, Watson Sergeant do very good. This is just gonna be a. This is
missing somebody. Klug.
This is gonna be an absolute fucking.
Sorry, still
Are you
head deep
in on
in
the
reading that
initiative?
stuff.
You can just
Oh,
zone
yeah, you're
out
still
and not
reading
join
your-
the fight.
You could hang back.
All right, well,
Which is
Well,
what you
speaking of
do.
which-
yep.
You
You
Which
just
is what I
hang-
do.
You hang back. Yep.
at least for one round.
I'm feeling pretty
It is-
confident about my participation in the last fight. I'm like, I can let the little ones have it.
Yep.
They
Oh,
can do
wow.
this one.
Wow, the little ones.
Says the
Wow.
littlest member of the party.
Wow.
All right,
You
let me
assume.
go ahead and see how these other guys do.
Is the tree just located outside the church, or is it actively trying to go for the church?
It's actively trying to get to the doors of the church and rip them open.
Interesting.
It's like it's drawn to it.
Hey, let it happen.
No.
Well, we need that church in fact.
We need that. No. What do you? No.
See?
Absolutely not.
Clever fool.
Absolutely
Alright.
not.
Doctor, you get 2 actions.
All right. Just gonna sling firebolts and cross behind the allies' lines. I have a mission.
Okay.
14 to hit and a critical fail. Wow.
All right. As you're skirting around the door of the side, are you going behind the church or behind the enemy?
Behind our allies, which I believe should be in front of the church.
Right.
But yeah. It's not much
Right.
room, seeing how the tree's getting
So you're
close.
coming around behind this building, perhaps, yeah?
Yeah, that would work.
Okay. And you're trying to get onto the flank?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to this side.
Okay. Let me just measure that out really quick. Yeah. Okay. So you can get behind the flank in one more round.
All right.
And
And then I have a horrible misfire that we have.
as you run past, one of your firebolts skirts just like this, past the tree and directly into the side of a bit of ornate wooden
Oh yes.
crenellations,
Oh yes.
igniting a bit of crenellation on the church.
Oh, the church is on fire!
Just a crenellation. Most of the church is stone.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the nat 1 or is that the 14?
That was
That's a nat 1. The 14 misses as well,
Wow.
skirting off a branch as it hurtles through the air towards Vasily. And we will see how that goes right now. Tree blight, multi-attack. Here we go. Ooh. All right. You see Roots have already grasped several militia, and 2 more join them in the air. A couple of lifeless bodies among them. As for Vasily, he takes an incredible 36 bludgeoning damage from massive critical tree swipe.
Ooh.
He's still up.
Oh.
He not dead?
Not dead.
You
Well-
did good. How much damage?
36.
My.
It's a big ol' hit. The
My.
3
All
double
right.
crit. Just
I'm
Just-
done with my reading.
crit.
Nice.
All right. Tatos, you're up.
How big is this tree?
It's
Big.
massive.
Like,
Massive, but smaller than the other one, as your companions pointed out.
so, like,
So the other one was like 100 foot high. This one's like 60.
Fair.
would you say it is a? How many spaces does it take up? Is it 10?
It takes up a 3x3.
A
So
3x3.
15
Okay,
on-
so first things first is I'm going to. Damn, I've got to do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to raise my hand and point at it directly, and a deep guttural language is going to come out. The air around it specifically
I forgot.
starts to change into a violet hue, and it sprinkles down on top of it, casting fairy fire.
Ooh.
Ah. What language did you choose? Just curious.
Under
Used.
under whatever it is.
Oh, hell with it. Let's say, well, let's say draconic.
Okay. And the effects of fairy fire?
The effects of fairy fire.
It's
Bouncing back and
advantage
forth
on
here.
attacks, right?
I think it's a saving throw, and then yeah, it's advantage. on
It's
it.
a dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw and then advantage on attacks. All right, let's see it. DC?
Is 13.
All right. It,
What's it roll before you tell me if it wins or fails?
Dice on the
what,
table.
do you mean? Oh, you want me to public roll? I don't know.
Oh,
how
you don't have to
roll.
public roll. I just need to know the number before it succeeds or fails for me to use an ability.
Oh, yeah, 15.
Oh. I don't think it's feeling as lucky as I am.
Reroll
How
it.
I
lucky
want to
is it
re-roll
feeling?
that.
All right.
Oh, 20.
It fails.
Okay.
There we go.
I was gonna say if he rolls a 20, I'm gonna be upset.
I get to choose which one he takes, though.
Ah.
Did you take
Alright.
lucky?
Yep.
You did.
Such a good feat.
And that's why
And
his DC didn't go up.
And now I'm going to very carefully back the fuck up so I'm well out of range of it. And have at you guys.
All right. So the tree now brilliantly illuminated by purple light.
Mm.
Each of its limbs seems to slow just a little bit as it flies through the air and walks among stars. Goes in for the kill. Or does he?
Well, how beat up does this thing look?
Pretty beat up. It's clearly been under attack the whole way from the wall to the church.
All right.
Hey, can you turn into a beaver walks among stars?
I can, but I'm all tapped out on that front.
Ah, damn.
I wish, but I've used them both now. I think I still only have 2. I might have a third one now. Let me check. Sorry, I don't mean to slow things up here, but it just dawned on me I might have gotten a third use. How do you tell? Where's
I don't think you get a third use for a while. I can look it up while you take your turn, though.
How do you know? Well, it's my turn if I have it.
Well, what are you talking about? Wild shape, or are you?
Yeah.
talking
How do you know how many uses of wild shape? You have?
It's just it's not a number. It's just it's predetermined by the class. So we have to look.
Yeah.
IV tools would go.
I'm on 5e. Yeah, I'm looking right now. I'm just okay. Starting the second one uses magical. You can use this feature twice. Okay, just straight up twice. Period. Never increases.
I thought you get another one later.
Maybe there's a feature that opens up.
You can get a third one much later in the game.
Yeah, but it's certainly not right now.
Certainly
So,
not.
all right, and there's chaos in the streets. There's fire along the path between me and this creature, and am I close enough to engage with it, which is 30 feet?
There's a little fire. You're close enough to engage. Yes.
So there's fire along the way, and I'm close enough to engage.
Little driblets of fire here and there.
Like, there's no big blazes on the way?
Not any big blazes. You can see patches of grass where the fire burned itself out.
There was a big fire here when we first arrived.
Yeah, the tree's on fire.
Oh, the tree's on fire? Okay.
Trees on fire.
Vasily shares in your ingenuity.
Okay. So there's no fires along the way. All right. Well, I'll stay where I'm put. I'll stay put. Fair in action. Pass turn.
What action have you prepared?
The action I have prepared is to move forward and attack the tree if I see the opportune moment.
Okay. All right, Sir Davish.
Yeah, I'm going to beat this tree.
Do it.
Can do it.
I hope 21 will hit.
Yep. Got a hit.
Yeah, I'm going to smack it and I'll Divine Smite.
Go for it.
So 21 damage. Plus I have my weapon on still, so hold on. That's 23 damage.
Oh yeah.
So as I raise my weapon up, it starts glowing with it's already glowing kind of like a ethereal essence, but as I raise it up, it just turns pure white and I just smite it through the middle of the tree.
Yep. As your blade passes through the center of the bark, the fire burns brighter, and your divine smite strikes true. Bits of bark start to fall away from the sides as it crumbles and topples over, dead.
I'm going to use my reaction to lunge forward and attack the tree.
At the opportune moment, as it starts to topple.
Yes, exactly. Perfect.
All right. And then I'm going to immediately turn and I'm going to start running towards this tree.
How's that attack roll?
Oh, I'm not
Let's
going to
see it.
roll.
You don't want to? Come on.
No. It was like he just runs up and flails around while the thing's already going down. It's okay. It's okay.
Describe the damage.
I don't. No. I'm good. It was a good clean kill. I'm ready to move on.
It was a clean kill. And indeed, as we move out of initiative The
I have
silly
heard.
blade moves through the air where the tree once has just stood, striking a valiant blow to nothing. And he sheathes it. You've arrived just at the nick of time. I don't know
No.
how much longer I could have held.
I'll say,
He's
Oh.
clearly wounded. He's,
Hey, sorry, quick
limping.
side note.
he's limping.
Before we take off,
uh-huh,
the guy that's over at the church that was fighting off, what was his name?
Vasily.
Silly
That was
gone home.
Vasily. Okay, sorry. I thought we were running away already.
All right, so 2 things are going to happen in real quick succession. I'm going to lay on hands for 10 for him. I have no more lay on
Okay.
hands. And then I'm going to say, your assistants and everybody here needs to get to the middle of town. And then I'm going to start sprinting to the middle of town.
All right. He's the militia is battered and in no condition to sprint, so they kind of wearily just are. Some of them have slumped onto the ground in exhaustion. The ones that were held in the clubs of the trees are largely unconscious. But Vasily sprints with you. You have an interrupt card.
Oh,
Yeah, we left so fast. Is the church on fire?
The crenellation is still smoldering.
I'm gonna stick at the church and do that before I go and enter the fray.
yeah, I'm gonna help you put out that fire because that was not intended. But
All right.
before our noble runs off, though, I'm going to hand him a potion from my inventory and tell him this might help you.
Yeah, towards the end of the battle, you come around the side and pass a potion to Vasily. What do you hand him?
It's an experimental elixir.
Experimental
Made from flowers.
elixir.
So we'll know what happens when he drinks it.
What?
You
Um,
jerk.
They're all good things.
Uh-huh.
Have you?
Meth was a good thing until we found out it was addictive.
Is this something
Exactly, yeah.
you created?
It's actually a class ability that I get.
Is this something you created recently?
Yeah, it's one of my class features.
And what die is rolled when it activates?
A D6, and then whatever the result goes to the table that I have on my.
All right, sounds good. He takes the elixir, pockets it, and hurries on his way.
All right.
All right, let's deal with the church first. I'm gonna do a little skill challenge here. As the crenellation starts to blacken a little bit on the underside, and the ember starts to form into a stronger flame. How are you gonna deal with it?
Is there mud nearby?
There's definitely, you could find some mud. Yeah, it's recently rained. The ground near you is wet.
Okay, I'm gonna just start throwing mud at the side of the building, or if it's not too hot, I'm gonna just grab it and smear it.
Yeah, makes a ranged dexterity attack.
Okay. Where is my character sheet? There we are. So just dexterity?
Well, an attack roll, so you get to add your proficiency and.
Oh.
Yee. That's a quite the attack roll. Coming just in at the DC, I believe your proficiency is +2, correct?
For dexterity? Yes, +2.
A little bit of mud splatters against the side of the ember, helping to quench the flame.
How far away is the ember from like the ground?
It's up off the ground. This church isn't the tallest church in the world, so it's maybe
but we're
maybe a
both
dozen
relatively short.
maybe a dozen feet off the ground. You're not able to reach it, no.
Yeah.
Could say that mud splatter was very true to life for my own skill check on that type of thing.
All right. Is there any like containers, like a bucket nearby?
Yeah, you could find a bucket. There's the one nearest to you is covered in a oily substance, so if that
That's probably not good. What? No,
I've got a water skin.
Oh, that would work. All right. Is it full or should I fill it?
It is full.
Neat. I guess we could try tossing that up there.
Okay.
Unless you
Like-
can get onto the roof.
What's your strategy with the water skin?
Is there an easier way onto the roof?
You don't see an obvious way to climb to the roof. You imagine that if you went inside, the bell tower would have a ladder, but
If
It
one of us
seems
stood
too
on
late
the
for
other,
that.
if one of us stood on the other shoulders, would we be able to reach it?
unlikely. How tall are you?
Oh gosh. I think I was pretty tall. Tall range for a human.
So like 6 foot,
5'8", 6. Yeah.
5'8", and
Uh,
Tayun, you're a dwarf, so or a gnome.
no,
You're a gnome. That's right.
so 3'11".
3'11".
He's a tall gnome, but he's still a gnome.
So we've got a
I didn't know
9
you were a gnome.
foot, maybe a foot of reach.
never-
10.
I
You're
never
maybe
knew
a
you were a gnome. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you were
Extend
described as a
your-
human.
You've
He
been a
wears
human this
tall
whole
shoes.
time.
I thought he was a human too.
He wears tall shoes.
You didn't describe him as short.
didn't because his disguise is thorough.
He wears tall shoes and a high hat. Tries to disguise himself as a short human.
Like 2
Wait.
feet tall, still? Boots?
Yeah, like the boots are almost a foot tall.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm.
yeah, you could probably reach it if you kept your boots on. It would be a dex save, but if you took them off, you could do an acrobatics roll.
I've got. I could also hold him probably up on like just my hands. I've got pretty good acrobatics, but that's up to you guys.
Yeah, acrobatics for you then.
Yeah, I got a good acrobatics.
Okay,
Alright.
go for it. And what are you doing with the water skin while you're up there?
Okay, so it's a skin, which means it's probably in a pouch with with a cork stopped opening, so it's got a little bit of gush to it. So I'm gonna have you hold it, stringed around the shoulder, and then when I bop you up close enough, you're gonna just try and squish it out on
You're
top
already
of it.
Getting me up there, I can get a lot more water. The problem was getting up there.
All right, I'll get you up there with the skin, and you do what you do.
Yeah,
All right, so
get me up there.
I grabbed Keanu, who was surprisingly smaller than I was expecting, and on a hup, he goes up in the air, and I catch him on my palms, and we're balancing back and forth. And do I got him? Do I got him?
Let's see it. Oh, 9?
As he goes up, the unsteadiness of the act, being unpracticed between the two of you, causes him to lose his grasp on the water skin, and it hits the ground, spilling half of its contents.
Ooh, but I'm still up there, right?
Yep, you're still up there.
Alright. In that case, I will reach into my bag of holding and pull out my makeshift jug of alchemy.
Got it. You got it. What are you gonna do with it?
I don't remember how much salt water you can pour out of that thing, but I remember it was a lot. I would have to look it up again. Oh, it's not even showing up on our quick search. I guess I'm gonna have to do it through Rule 20 then.
Salt water, 12 gallons.
There you
Water
go.
fresh, 8 gallons.
Yeah, 12 gallons should be plenty.
All right, make a melee attack roll. I don't know. You suggest to me a stat which you might use to apply this water to the blaze.
Okay. We
Come up with a
could-
way of utilizing it.
It could be sleight of hand because it's dexterity and trying to keep it steady.
I think Dex save is correct. Yeah, Dex
Save.
something because he's trying to stay balanced on top of it. Isn't that the most
Yeah.
difficult part of
Could you sleight
squirting
of hand?
water?
Take sleight of hand.
I already did dexterity.
Dex save is about the same anyways, so might as well do a dex save. then.
It's each person can only do one.
Yeah,
thing
each
once.
person can only do.
Oh,
it
I
once.
see.
Right.
And plus,
As
it
long
makes
as it-
sense because he's just trying to stay balanced. It's not hard to squirt water, but it's
Yeah.
hard to balance.
A
on top of
torrent, a nice stream of salt water. You said
Yep.
comes pouring out of the lid of the jug, straight onto the blaze. You easily quench the last of the flames and wash the remainder of the mud away. Looks a little blackened, but it's not out of place in Valaki.
Yeah, I was lighter than expected.
All right, let's cut to the group hurrying towards the direction Isaac led the guards in.
So did those two stay back to do that? Okay. Cool.
You guys, you make it to you're gonna follow the main road because sounds are in that general vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
So you make it about here, and you can tell that the something is moving through the square where the guards were holding prisoners earlier.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm going to make my way down there.
We must hurry, man with wings.
I
yeah.
agree.
Irina and Silly and Tatos as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Hurry along behind you. As you approach the scene, you see that it appears the manacled prisoners were a casualty of war. The guards, it's tough to tell, their mangled bodies under the roots of this tree you can't tell how they died.
Sweet.
But they're there, and it's gut-wrenching sight to see those that you once sought to rescue trampled under these branches.
Mm.
Isaac and the guards have already subdued the tree,
Mm-hmm.
and it lies at just a few feet from Blinsky's toys. A couple of its branches have gone through neighboring houses, and there are people weeping
I mean,
in despair.
to be fair, we never said that we disagreed with them being under arrest. They broke the law. It was a stupid law, but they broke the law.
It is true. It's true.
So,
No, I didn't know their feet were manacled. Yeah, I guess they were.
Yeah, I
What were
guess
they tied to stakes or
They were
something? Or
tied to stakes and
yeah. All right, so the
Unable
trees
to
have
run.
been defeated. Okay.
wonderful.
I'll sheathe my weapon and I'll report in with Isaac.
Yep. The other gods had this largely under control, but it wasn't an easy fight. And he reveals a small cut underneath his left arm.
A small cut.
Yeah, it looks like he got nicked in the fight by maybe a militia. One of the other guards maybe nicked him on accident.
I'll nod.
It's got like a sliver.
Yeah. I'll nod and I'll say, we need to repair this wall immediately.
Indeed.
Use the carcass of this tree to at least patch some of it. The other trees, though burned, can help as well.
I fear we might have to venture towards the forest for fresh lumber.
I would definitely advise against that. You've made enough war between the forests and us for today. Well, I shouldn't say you. There has been enough war between the two peoples. See what you can manage from scavenging within your walls first.
I suppose we could use pieces of the damaged buildings. I can't imagine their residents would be too pleased.
I'm more referring to that big ball, that burning pyre that your people were supposed to light on fire that has still yet to light on fire.
Oh, it definitely burned.
Oh, did
it
it?
burned. Yeah.
When did
That's
we
what
do
that. Yeah, I remember that bear that just screwed with the people. Apparently, no,
Yeah.
he burned the ball, motherfucker. That's what that bear did.
Oh, that damn bear. All right.
That
Diversion.
fucking bear.
Isaac.
That horrible, that demon bear. Must
That
have been
demon
sent
bear.
Strahd himself.
Yeah, that demon bear could never be any one of us, so, fuck that bear. Anyway,
Christ.
Um,
Exactly. Now you're seeing what I'm playing
Yeah.
now.
so,
He He makes a big show to the gathered guards. I should go to the mansion to check on the Burgermaster.
And I will say, we all must. We'll accompany you, Isaac. He would want to speak with the adventurers that assisted Valaki, I'm sure. I'll start heading off to the mansion.
He dishes out a few quick orders to nearby guards to salvage what they can from abandoned buildings or damaged buildings and use it to repair the walls without venturing to the woods.
What are you doing, Doc?
Picking up my cart.
You're what?
I left my cart all the way by the wall.
All right. Well, I'm going to venture towards the mansion.
All right.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah, we ain't done figuring out what all the secrets that house holds yet.
How about you, Klug? As you have finished putting out the fire, the doctor starts to just slip away towards the gate. And here's roll perception for me.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. I'm gonna miss snooping on Xavier.
Yeah.
Fuck. I just got all this extra passive perception too. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can tell that the siege of Alaki is over, that all the trees have been defeated. The noise in the air has come down several decibels. And the people seem to be heavily upset, but they're calming.
Okay. So, I noticed, of course, that the party's heading towards the Burgermasters, and then the doctor is heading out the gate.
Yeah, you could logically expect the party to return to where they tied up the Burgermaster.
Okay. I admit I was a little spaced. Is there any reason not to follow the doctor?
No, not really.
Okay. I will trot out after him like a happy-go-lucky golden retriever going, "Hey, don't we got some poison to make?"
Oh, that's right.
True.
Been a long time coming. Been waiting 3 sessions for this shit.
It would have been useless on a tree.
Yeah. Won't be useless on a Burgermaster.
True.
True. It's very true. It probably keeps some of its powder for poison just drugging.
Especially if he had a way of keeping it in his body, but not
Low dose.
poisoning him.
Yeah, low dose.
All right.
Just get him a little sick.
So, I'd say maybe we should move outside of the city a little ways before we conduct our business.
We do have the entire manor to our disposal now, though. We could just move into there for a bit.
Let's do that then.
But first, my cart.
Yes, of course.
If anything was to happen to that, well, that's a lot of life's work just thrown away.
Absolutely. How far is the walk to the cart?
We can get there in 5 minutes.
All right, let's go get a cart. So on our way to a cart, I kind of look sideways and go, "So you're a gnome?
Oh, so you figured that out, huh?
You were a tad light and made of wood on the bottom couple inches."
Yeah. Well, my family were of the gnomish blood. It's part of why we were able to cure that plague that we're famous for.
How does being a gnome help you cure a plague?
Well, you see, crackle fever doesn't actually affect gnomes.
Oh, didn't know that. Most interesting. So, like Tatos, you hide to pass and make things easier?
Exactly. No point in alarming people. I'm strange enough as it is.
If they value your services. Though I admit it's not so flashy as having a sword.
Besides, if I was just a gnome, people wouldn't be so on edge about me.
Perhaps a little sense of danger is good. Good for business. Ooh, just turned white. Anybody else have that glitch?
Yeah, every time Nick keeps pinging, it keeps flashing the screen for some reason.
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm not pinging.
Oh, it was
Somebody did.
I pinged.
Oh, maybe it was. Oh, maybe it was the doctor. Try it again.
Ping.
Oh nope, we're good.
Crap glitch.
Now we're all just pinging. Ping, ping,
Gross.
ping, ping.
Pong.
All right, so you guys arrive at the cart without incident, and you drag it. You roll it towards the outside of the city or the Burgermaster's mansion. Which one did you just settle on?
To the mansion.
The mansion. All right.
And two of us are pulling it so it can go a bit faster, I assume.
I can go just plenty with one person. In fact, if you push it, I can do some of my work.
Fair enough.
Wow. Just got Tom Sawyer there, man. Like, yeah, let's paint that cart white.
But then you get
Klug-
to see what's in the
Klug,
cart.
Klug's still a fool. Klug says, "Awesome," and immediately starts running down with the cart.
Yep. And of course, you assumed that meant that I was working on the poison, but no.
Of course I did.
Now he has to feed his collection.
All right, so trundling down the street, I assume we get to the Burgermasters with no problem.
Yep.
Don't know if I take a wrong turn.
Nah, you're familiar with the city streets at this point.
Well, at least the main street.
Yeah, and there's bits of debris as you pass the church that make it a little bit rough ground, but nothing you can't kick aside with your boot.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Davish and Walks Among Stars and Tatos arrive alongside Ezek and Irina at the Burgermaster's mansion.
Yeah, I'll just stroll right in.
I suppose we could pull it up, but there's no need.
Yeah, I'll stroll right in. I'll go right up to the room.
You go up to the second floor and you all hear just whimpering sob coming from behind the deadbolt.
A side note here.
Yeah.
Did we disarmed him before we threw him in there?
Correct.
You disarmed a
Shackled.
He was
Burgermaster.
naked.
His wife and
His wife is in the bedroom, tied to the bed
oh,
By
And-
4 points.
by 4 points. That's correct. And the man you rescued was left in the room with the Burgermaster.
He was. As we approach the door, the tall man will look towards you and will say, "Well, man with wings, we will see how the Burgermaster has enjoyed his visit."
I'll nod and I'll say, because he's not going to enjoy this one, and I'll throw open the door.
Ooh, it's not a pretty sight. The skin on the Burgermaster's face is bleeding out of multiple tiny puncture wounds.
Good
You
lord.
can see that the end of the manacle has been twisted into a sharp piece of metal that the victim of the Burgermaster's torment has used to return the favor.
Okay? But the Burgermaster's alive.
Oh, he's definitely alive. He is the one that is sobbing uncontrollably. Just tears and blood stream down his face.
Why are you not filled with joy, Burgermaster? Is this not your way?
And I'll say, yes. Aren't you supposed to be happy? And I'll backhand him.
Oh,
As his face turned towards the sound, he opens his eyes, which were clenched shut before, and you can see that he is no longer in possession of sight. His eyes have been eviscerated with sharp.
There you go. I'll turn to the man that's in the room.
Yeah, you remember when you spoke to him briefly upon his rescue. His name was Udo.
Udo, you've kept the Burgermaster alive, and we appreciate that. You may not leave, but please step outside.
Do you intend to punish me for what I have done?
You kept it within the parameters of which we asked, so you will not be receiving punishment.
And
We
you
just
can
need to
see
we
that-
just need to speak with you more.
You can see the light in his eyes is conflicted as he steps outside the door.
I'm gonna insight on that guy. I want to know if he's
Gonna
proper blue-blooded man that's just overcome by rage and revenge, or a proper sociopath.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll,
Go ahead and
I concur.
roll your insight.
Okay.
Can I? Because I was speaking with him.
You can both roll if you want to. Yeah.
Well, that's not good insight. You got it. You got it.
Walks among stars. As you see the confliction in his eyes, you recognize it as that of a man who believes he has perhaps crossed the line.
Ah, remorse. Very well. Yeah, Loxlong Star is going to be giving the guy a long look as he's leaving, and then he'll nod and he'll just say under his breath, "Very well."
Yeah.
Then he'll turn his attention back to the Burgermaster. Listen, see what Sir Davish has to say.
Yeah, Sir Davish, he wasn't really hiding his feelings.
Okay.
You gather that it's it's not the same powerful feeling that was felt by Walks Among Stars as he gazed
Right.
into his eyes. But in passing, he felt less enraged or fanatical and more
Right.
calm after the storm.
I'll call after him. I'll say, what was his name again?
Udo.
Udo. Go to the study.
Yes.
Sit, drink, and reflect on what has happened. We will speak after we have a conversation with the Burgermaster.
Been weeks since wine has touched my lips.
There is a bottle
I
in there.
will take it.
Do not gorge yourself.
Of course. And he retreats to the study.
Mm.
And I'll kind of nod towards Tados. Tados, you're here, right?
Yes, I am.
I'll say, why don't you keep him company?
About this moment, Klug and Shaitan arrive,
Okay.
and you hear some tinkering or sounds from downstairs.
Okay.
Walks Among Stars, you hear a slight creak in a floorboard upstairs.
Walks Among the Stars will kind of cock his ear to the side and get that kind of like that look on his face, like something's up.
I'll see you, and I'll go. Now, go. I'll nod with affirmation that if you need to go, go.
I'll look at you and I'll say, during the battle, I saw you unleash a torrent of healing energies. By my count, you're spent. Is this true?
No. I still have...
Very
Still
well.
have some
And I'll
left in
just
me.
walk out the door at that and start hunting down this sound from above.
Perfect. Who do you want to start with, Emery?
4-way, 5-way.
Who's itching for some action?
Sounds like Nick was.
Nah,
Nick, you can...
make that fucking poison.
All right.
Yeah, make that
They're
fucking
gonna make-
poison.
You're gonna-
Poison!
No. Let's save that for next time.
No, fuck you.
Yeah.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Have the limelight by popular vote.
Time to set up the cart then. Open everything up. I get to describe all the fun things inside of it. So, as he opens up his cart, you can see that there's like rows and rows of jars of all sorts of different like organic concoctions and things. He has like cultures of things growing in jars. He's got body parts just pickled, basically. He has a few like fake limbs and things that are just ready to help people who are missing whatnot. But in the middle layer of his cart, there's actually a giant like built-in ant farm. And it seems to be, it's like growing some sort of mold in there that they're like farming. On top of that, he has like jars of live maggots, leeches, all sorts of strange creatures just chilling in the cart. But after he sifts through all his things, he's gonna pull out the things he needs in order to distill poisons better. Mainly his poisoning kit and all that. Get that all ready and set up. Oh, it's all nicely labeled. Not
there you
in a language most people would know, but clearly labeled. Like, now we just have to see what you have.
All right, I bring forth a little paper, full hand-folded parchment paper of envelope of very vivid red powder and a jar of ink. And my goal is to take a bit of ink and oil it and apply it to my blade so it can have poison adhered to it and be dry on touch until it is moistened with blood.
Oh yeah.
That is clever.
And if you need it, I can show you guys some examples in Discord.
You already sent it, yeah.
That's
I
right.
remember that, yeah.
Yep. Seen it. Let's see how effective it is.
Let's
Just-
probably start by properly identifying the poison before we work with it.
Okay, go ahead. You
Good
can
idea.
take advantage on your roll with your alchemy kit.
That's what we're looking at here.
That's a natural 20.
That is.
Huh.
What?
Ah,
My
I have to
God.
remember what this was.
You getting your balls busted by a natural 20?
You said it was like the most poisonous flower ever.
It was
No, it was a pretty. You made it out to be
And
something pretty
corrosive.
deadly. You did.
yeah.
It was the what was it?
It was an actual flower too.
Venereum oleander. Yes,
Mm.
the most
Ooh.
poisonous flower in all the realms. A red rose, rose adjacent flower.
Rose
believe it-
adjacent.
Okay, the next one was full of tree.
Yes. Venereum oleander.
Immediately shocked by this, he's going to immediately ask, "Where did you find such a potent?" Oh, just runs
One
out
of
of
our-
words.
One of our party formerly had a strong obsession with flowers.
Yeah. You understand its toxin is effective both through touch and inhalation when burned.
Ooh,
Hmm.
that's an
Hey
issue.
man, you better keep that shit out my pipe.
Too late.
All right. Is there a way to extend it? Like, not so much distill it, but like try to get more quantity out of it.
Yeah, I
You
only have half a
imagine-
flower.
You imagine if you were to mix it into some other dry concoction, it could be powdered in and then reconstituted with water, and that would expand its, make it go a little farther.
Yeah, it
My-
might be worth getting more out of this. It's
You
incredibly
reckon if
cool.
you performed this transformative science upon the petals, then you would end up with 2 vials instead of.
Yeah, sounds like a good place to start. Try to get more out of it.
Part of me thinks put it in a paper packet and like put it on a fire and find a bunch of troops and kill them all, but that's just me being morbid. All
Well,
right,
if you
let's get this monkey business on the road because at this point I'm just kind of staring at you wide-eyed and blinking
Yeah,
and just pretending I understand everything you're saying.
So the first, I'll make a little skill challenge out of this, just to keep it interesting. So the first challenge is to dry out the petals.
All right. Would that be alchemy or herbalism?
You can pick. What's your method?
Probably should start with herbalism just so we can get the most out of out of this method.
All right.
And I also have a kit for that too, so might as
Yeah,
well.
go ahead and roll with an herbalism kit.
Can I
All right.
enhance any of his tools using tinker or jewelry skill?
Not in this instance. Perhaps those will come into handy when you're engraving your blade, though.
Okay.
All right, herbalism. 13 for
Okay,
to dry them out.
you successfully use a stone to gently heat the powdered petals and dry them out. Now they need to be crushed into a finer powder.
Pretty simple. We could do that with just the alchemist tool then.
Yep, that'll work. Mortar and pestle, old fashioned. Go ahead and roll it.
That's a 20.
A massive success.
NATO.
All right. And you reckon that should you reconstitute this powder, you could fill 2 vials. Yeah, skill
Alright.
challenge complete. Go ahead and mix it with water.
And a 17 with the poisoner's kit.
That works. Yep, success.
NATO, we've just doubled our poison.
Cool.
Now,
Excellent.
time to get to the part you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna mix it with ink. Quick question: if 2 possible applications, one, I slot a groove into the sword, and I can basically put a few drops in the groove to run it to make the blade actively poisoned, or I can apply it like I described with ink to basically stain it.
You imagine that reinforcing the poison into the metal with ink will be much more permanent than
Okay.
a channel of poison.
Oh,
in the
it's
center
way
of
more
the blade.
permanent than my solution, which would have been to make it into a resin.
Yeah.
Because that'd just be like a simple coat, and then you have a few uses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Be
yeah,
able-
we're going to basically enamel the blade with the ink
right on.
and oil.
So step 1 is to somehow get the poison solution to bond with the ink.
Sounds like an alchemy thing.
Yeah, because I would just my skill set doesn't allow for
Yeah.
alchemy. I don't even know how to roll for alchemy.
You. All right.
Let's see, what do I got?
This is that instance that you're talking about when you can't, right? Like when you don't have the tools and you don't have the proficiency. This is the
Yeah. It looks like the doctor
doc.
is one step ahead of you. He sees your idea before it has manifested fully on your lips, and he mixes the ink in one of the potions.
That's
The
true. I
poisonous
did
poison.
hand him the ink earlier. He had it.
You did.
Mhm.
You already told me what your idea was. We just didn't have the time.
True. True. And you had my vial.
Next, you'll have to apply the ink to the blade in such a way that it does not pool or thicken too much.
Right.
Are we doing this as an enamel? Like, right
yeah,
now?
basically as an enamel right now that will eventually dry and eat
So
away.
we're working with like a
bind
semi-solid
with-
liquid.
Yeah, it's semi-solid, and it'll bind with the metal because of the voraciousness of the poison over time.
Yeah, it's gonna need time to sit with this, like preferably like if it's going off real experience, like overnight is what you
Yeah.
want.
Right. I mean, we could try doing it quicker if we make it like a sort of more like a glass enamel almost.
What
Use a little bit of actual oil.
what strategy are you going to use to
Because I do.
apply it?
Because one, we both have tinkerer's tools, which we both have tinkerer's pigs, so we can actually like heat things up and smelt them if
Indeed.
needed.
If you
Mhm.
both use your tinker's tools, then I'll give the roller advantage on that.
Yeah.
All right, give me a second, Hall. Okay, I've got wax, sheets apartment, wooden seal. Got parchment. We could buff it with paper, but that's a later step. Okay. Yeah,
Since we
I'd
both
say
have-
we go
Yeah,
ahead.
since we both have tinkerer tools, you could actually focus on tinkerers. I might be able to use glassblower's tools to help with the enameling.
Yeah, so you'd enamel. I've got so with Tinkers and Jewelers tools, I could probably be able to set the harder, like the larger pieces with the Tinkers tools, and then start, making sure the finer edge is kept with the Jewelers tools.
Yeah.
So it might be a collected effort between 3 sets.
You want to make... I'll only make you roll twice for that.
Okay, what are we rolling?
So, tools, it looks like Keanu has a macro for them of some kind.
Oh, if you put them in your toolbox on the front page, you can actually use
You
those
just
as a
press
query.
it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Under your tool proficiencies.
Oh, I've got Tinkers. I'll just roll Tinker,
Mhm.
I guess.
Go ahead. See if that works. I'm not sure.
All right, it's where you had me put in Tinker earlier.
Yeah, I remember.
Right. When you click on it, it'll ask for public, and then it'll ask what proficiency you're using with it.
Oh, other proficiency. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's not set up on her sheet, I don't think.
No.
Let me just see what the roll would be.
Fucking, you're basically making a magic.
What about sleight of hand?
So, well, you're making a dex check. So what's your dex?
My dexterity is. Do I want the modifier or the
Yeah,
number?
the modifier.
2.
All right, and you're proficient, so that's another 2. So you just roll
Correct.
a d20 and add 4.
All right, 1d20, or just hit dexterity.
You can hit dexterity and then add 2. Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Unless
hit
you're
dexterity.
proficient. If you're proficient in dex saves already, then that would be perfect.
Stop it. All right, so if we're just going straight dexterity.
Yeah. Check. Yeah, add 2.
All right,
So,
so
17. An excellent roll. Yeah. You imagine that you've engraved the blade correctly with the enameling agent of poison and ink. It'll need about maybe 5 days to set in its scabbard before it can be pulled and used.
okay. I do have a other weapon. It's just not as powerful to use in the meantime.
That's fine. Yeah, backup
Cool.
weapon. And this was the silvered and I marked with the symbol of a windmill, correct? That sword that you have.
Yeah, I got mixed up on the character sheet, so I don't actually know if it's the same stats as short sword. So I have a
It is
short
the
sword
same.
and a silver
So
short
it's-
sword.
Yeah, it's the same stats. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is correct. That's where that came from.
So I have a silver short sword that has now been poisoned.
Awesome.
I'm really looking forward to meeting a werewolf
Good lord.
Oh,
Got all your bases covered.
After
with
5
that.
days.
in 5 days.
In 5 days.
So I'm
days,
assuming that
that's
if I pull this sword out too soon, it's not going to go well.
Not
Yeah.
4 days, 23 hours. Like, we need it to
Considering-
be like 5 days.
Monty Python, count to 3 style.
You imagine, considering the skill applied with
Mhm.
the tinkerers and jewelers tools, that you've completely utilized 1 vial of poison.
All right. So I take the sword into both 2 hands very delicately and admire a finished work. Hold it up for Tianu to admire before I slide it away. And sorry?
Now, the engraving that you put this ink into, does it say anything?
Hadn't thought of that. I'm just going to say it's a maker seal. So part of it is the doctor's crest,
Okay.
and while I have yet to adopt and I reject my own family's crest, I kind of invented my own that largely focused on the coin, the face of the coin that I have.
Okay.
So the coin I use for luck has been more or less imbibed into my sword.
Neat.
Yeah. So that was a good question. Thank you. So with that, I take the chorus sword, I slide it away, and like make sure the last vial is in his hands, and say, if you ever want any ideas of what to do with that, I think I can come up with a few.
Yeah.
Exciting. I haven't had this much fun in years, actually.
No one's ever let him make stuff with him.
With poison.
With anything.
All right.
Sure. You guys made droids. You made droids.
Let's cut to the creepy sound in the attic.
Okay.
The floorboard. Before we do that scene, though, I need to emergency on my hand.
Oh.
Emergency? Oh, noes.
So I'm gonna come out of the room, look down the hallway, and I know where I'm going. I'm going in like a U shape over to the trapdoor. But along the way, do I see Tados?
Let's pull over to the Burgermaster map. Just for shits and giggles.
Can you give me a token as well so I can follow him around, or give me his site so the people can
Doesn't have a token.
can see?
We don't have anything.
Dude, it's downstairs.
You're gonna have to paint us.
Downstairs. Doctor is downstairs. You guys can't see?
Well, we don't have the uncovered
No.
areas anymore because you switched over to the new.
Oh,
We can absolutely see, but we just don't know where we are. Well, I mean, I can
Oh,
remember where I am, but
You've all explored this first floor pretty thoroughly. So
yeah.
I'll just pick you up and give you.
Okay, cool.
If you do it with the party token, it'll do us all at once.
That's a good idea. I should do that.
It's perfect. Perfect. Good job. Yeah. Okay. 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 Cool. Oh. Oh yeah.
All right. That's first and second floor, and then you've also seen one room, top floor, a room which I assume you are heading to now.
Yeah. So if Tados is indeed where he is represented here in the game, I'll catch him and as around the corner.
You comfortable with that location, Dados?
Sure.
All right, as I round the corner, I'll look in your direction. I'll see you. I'll say, Hornsong, I have heard something from above.
Okay.
I could use your company.
Sure, why not?
Very well. This way. I know how to get up. And I'll lead you around into the trap door.
Right there. Were the doors closed on you guys or something?
Oh,
They are.
nah, we
Yep.
just didn't physically do it. Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
there's
The doors are closed. My bad. Yeah, I just want to use the map just so that when you come to things that are on this map in particular,
okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I was like zoomed way out and shit, and I wasn't thinking about the map anymore. Yeah, I'll swing around. I'll go up the. You're gonna need to move us up the level though.
Is the
Oops,
lady
I
still
think
in
I,
her bed?
Filled the room again for you. That's funny. Yes, she is. She's still tied to the bed.
Is she unconscious?
She's not unconscious. She's woken up and she's. Well, I'm assuming you plugged her mouth so she couldn't scream or nothing, right?
Really solid gag is what I
Yeah.
said.
I remember. So she's just like.
I'm going to go over to her before we go upstairs. Go
Alright.
up the trapdoor. And I'm going to lean over the side of the bed and lean real close to her.
Her eyes go
And-
wide.
I'm going to open my eyes as wide as I can to show her the absolute black of my eyeball.
She squeezes her eyes shut.
And I'm going to whisper to her in Infernal that if you don't move, you may not die.
She starts just thrashing around on the bed, clearly having no idea what you said, but being incredibly frightened by the deep, grating tones of Infernal.
And I'm going to bring my hand up to my mouth, fingertip towards my nose, and back away from her slowly.
Oh yeah.
She continued to thrash.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to look at her and tell her stop or your life is forfeit.
She
And
stops
that's in common.
and just you can tell that she's completely broken by the
Let's go upstairs.
experience.
Walks Among Stars, you've got the lead here. I don't know where we're going, why, or how.
Nick.
Did I mute? I
Yep.
was muted.
Yep.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
Motherfucker. I was in character and everything, talking and shit. Bullshit. And you were even responding. It was like, God damn it. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, God damn, this motherfucker's in time saying shit that makes sense while I'm talking. Motherfucker. Yeah, sorry. That's a handful of retard content right there. My goodness. Anyhow,
The room is
Hornswoggle, he'll say, above there's a room with a door. Beyond I have not been, but it's from that space that I heard the noise. And as we get up top, I'm gonna just try the door.
Yeah, the door in front of you freely swings.
Okay. Well, we haven't seen this room, even though it's.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to delete the door. There we go.
There it is.
Could I have my token up there so the people at home could see?
Sure.
We had that setting. I thought we had that setting. Darn it.
We don't have that setting.
I guess that setting was for the old
part of
lighting.
the old lighting system. Yep.
Don't mind the phantom. All right.
There's an invisible man
Very good.
in the corner
All right.
Good.
of a large attic full of forgotten things draped in white sheets. Piled around them, barrels of various sizes and crates, trunks, old couches, and other furnishings are covered with cobwebs and dust. But there is a clear footpath through the maze.
All
Single
right.
set of human footprints in the dust.
So I recall my location from below being somewhere in this general area, and from which direction of below here did I hear that noise? I'm assuming in this direction. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. Paying pretty much no heed to the junk all around. For Walks Among Stars doesn't care for such things. He will just cut along, just go right along and make his way up.
Oh yeah, as you approach, you can see that the far door, somebody has carved a large skull and crossbones into the door, and there's a wooden sign on the knob reading in all caps, "All is not well." You perceive a voice beyond.
Wait, I perceive a voice?
Yeah, beyond the door. Talking.
Oh, there's a door and there's a voice beyond it. Yeah, I'm gonna open that shit and stride in confidently.
The door's locked.
I'm gonna try to force it.
Yeah, as soon as you touch the door, you take damage.
Okay.
Roll 5d8.
What?
5d8.
Yeah, as the skull flashes to life, a glyph of warding blasts you backward with lightning damage.
For how many?
5d8.
Okay.
20 lightning damage.
All right, I'll use my reaction to cast Absorb Elements for half,
Go ahead.
and
Take 10.
and then in anger, I will retrieve my stick, my unrefined club, and I will channel that same very electrical energy back through. I'm going to smack that door. with a howl of rage and release the lightning back into the door.
Nice.
Oh yeah. The door just shreds off its hinges. Roll an attack anyway.
Okay, good.
Let's just see how effectively it shreds.
All right. So I have never used it in game,
This is
and I
awesome.
remember I was going to I forgot earlier when I started to use it, but didn't actually use it. Never actually
Absorb
used it.
elements is amazing.
That I was not going to stay with Shillelagh. I was just going to get rid of that. So I'm going to roll this as a regular attack
Okay,
with my quarterstaff stats because that's
sweet.
two-handed.
Go for it.
It's bad because I don't have a very good roll here. But
Hey,
look
that's
at
good
that!
enough.
Fucking Christ!
Good
The
enough.
door disintegrates as it flies. Splinters fly into the room, and you see someone has taken
crap!
old,
Loading off of the thing.
mismatched furniture and created a small study on the far side. The room is empty save for a few skeletal cats that skulk. Oh, I gotta open the door. Shit. Forgot. It's a few skeletal cats that skulk in the far corner, clearly disturbed by the violent interests. Most unnerving of all, though, is the sight of 3 small children in this corner of the room with their backs to you, quivering.
I'm going to cast See Invisibility.
Yeah, you.
So you would hear from below probably a massive angered battle roar. You'd recognize the tone and timbre to be that of Walks Among Stars.
Yeah.
Then a large thud, and then a celebratory battle cry, and then loud stomping as Walks Among Stars enters the room.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So as you cast your spell, Tados, oh, this guy's probably visible to you, huh? He's not supposed to be. But anyway, yeah, can you post it in chat for me actually, so I can read it? I don't
See
know that one.
Invisibility, yeah.
I assume it just reads "see invisible things."
Yep.
Oh yeah. Ooh, you can see into the ethereal plane too. Awesome. All right, so in the corner of the room, crouched behind a pine chest, is a young man who has clearly cast a spell of greater invisibility on himself and hidden in the corner.
Up there.
Yep, right up there. With one of his skeletal cats.
This is where you can see the difference between an experienced D&D
Do you
player
hide the
and-
fact that you can see him at all, or is it pretty obvious?
Going to glance around. I'm going to have a tendency to ignore him for the moment
Okay,
and pay
roll
attention to the other things.
roll deception to convince him that you're not looking or noticing. He doesn't
I'll
seem
go
to
for
notice any remains crouched in the corner.
God damn it! Keep being muted and talking. I need to stop muting myself.
Funny.
My question was, with my perception being as it is there any chance that I would detect him in the room? By his breathing, by his scent? Is he nervous?
He doesn't. He's not nervous. He's definitely not nervous. He's hiding. I suppose you might be able to smell him, but not his exact location.
Is there like?
Go ahead and roll.
Do you want me to do an active perception?
Do an active perception on this.
instead of a
Because he almost met your passive.
He almost met it,
Yeah,
but he didn't meet it.
true. So you smell
That's
him.
why I take feats so
Yeah.
I don't have to roll dice. Yeah.
You smelt him.
I smelled him.
You know he's present. You're not sure where in the room.
So Mox Amongst Spars will take a couple sniffs and he'll look around. He'll look over to you, and he's gonna look around at the rest of the shit while walking towards the three children over. I'll walk past this table. I want to get a good look at what I'm walking past as I'm going. Stealing
Yeah.
most of my
man.
attention is on these three.
Notes just strewn everywhere. There's an open leather-bound book on one of the tables, and it has some scrawled characters.
I've been looking for books recently. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Do I recognize the language it's written in?
Yeah. It's a common tongue.
Okay.
Would you like to make an Arcana check, please?
Well, I can't study it right now because my main objective here is.
Okay. So you're ignoring.
I'm entirely distracted by the fact that it looks like there's three children in the corner.
Yeah, you get the sense that
Is there any
Yeah.
life emanating out of them? Is there any signs of life? Are they
they're
moving?
not going anywhere. Their eyes are fixed into the corner of the room.
But do they appear animate,
They
breathing?
appear like they're alive and breathing? Yes.
They appear like they're alive and breathing.
Obviously, extremely scared.
Yeah, walks.
How close do you get? How close do you get to him?
He's gonna walk right up to him.
To the kids.
Yeah.
As
Okay.
soon as you
As-
reach out, the clothing stops moving, and the hair stops moving,
Mm-hmm.
and the feet turn wooden. It's a trio of dolls dressed in clothing as if they were children.
I couldn't
going
detect
to,
it before I was here.
Yeah, clearly there was an illusion spell of some kind, and as you drew near, you broke through its illusion.
I'm gonna stand still in front of the doorway and cross my arms. And in the most non-imposing and non-threatening manner I can, glance across the room and look straight on at the invisible one in the corner.
Mm-hmm. Who you can see as if he were visible.
I'm gonna smile at him. I'm gonna tip my head to the right and nod at him.
And this is who you see.
And I am deja vu. I am going to bring a finger up to my lips and just motion to be quiet.
Yeah,
And-
roll.
Again, smile at him.
Are you trying to be sneaky or something? How are you doing this?
I'm trying to present myself as a friend. Don't jump out. Don't surprise the other guy. Just be quiet for a moment.
Okay. So you would prefer that Walks Among Stars not know that there's a guy in the corner of it.
Oh, he's currently, Walks Among Stars is walking towards the children.
Roll stealth.
So his back is towards me. Roll stealth, you
that.
say?
Hard to do, man. It's really hard to do.
All right. Walks Among Stars, you hear a swishing of clothing as Tatos gestures, and you notice a slight creak in the uppermost corner of the room.
So I walk. I notice that he has moved up to here. Tatos has moved up to there.
No, I'm standing in front of
No.
the doorway.
You heard
Oh, you
his
stay there.
clothing swish in a gesture. Just
Okay.
a little, almost imperceptible, but there.
And then I heard a creak here.
Yeah.
I heard a
Just
sound.
Again, these are infinitely
Yeah.
tiny sounds that you're hearing.
I gotcha. Walks among stars. He turns around and he's now seeing that the children are inanimate. These cats, they're far too light to have made the noise he heard earlier, and he knows it.
Yeah. But
And
he sees one of them in that corner.
yeah, he sees one of them in that corner, and they don't have the mass to make the kind of crinkle in the boards that you were just describing.
Definitely not. A cat is light as a feather. It wouldn't make any.
He's gonna turn around. He's gonna kind of look around the room. And he's gonna start sniffing, and he's gonna say, "I smell you."
Walks among stars, I ask that you hold back for just a moment. There's no threat and no danger to us. And
Walk among stars
he
will
is hiding.
Walks among stars will turn and look at you and say, "Very well," and he'll just immediately drop it, confiding it in your ability to handle the situation. And he's going to go back to taking a look at what's in this fucking room other than this guy. But he's going to keep stealing glances, and he's certainly keeping an ear in that direction at all times.
All right. Are you going to investigate the room?
Let me take a look at my skill set and tell you what kind of. So no, it's going to be a search. And
Okay.
the kind of things I'm looking for are just, like books, information.
Yeah, as soon as you turn your eyes to search the room, you notice that the rug is slightly it's like the corner of it is touching the wall, and it's like it's recently been placed.
Oh yeah, we'll throw that rug aside and take a look for sure.
A crude and poorly done chalk circle has been done with a 5-point star on the inside.
High magic.
Indeed.
Well, I'll peer at it and see if anything comes to mind. Not expecting much here. Don't know too much about high magic. I have an 8 roll on Arcana on that one.
Yeah. You can tell that this is flawed, but you're not sure what spell it is.
Is it? But it's. I can just by inferring from like my lack of understanding what it is. I can
Oh.
pull out the types of magic I know and understand this to be some kind of
Yeah, it's a wizard spell for
some
sure.
kind of wizardry. Okay,
It's
cool.
Somebody has stumbled across it, though. It doesn't look like it's a practiced magician.
Horn Song, you are learned. Perhaps you know of this high magic. I do not.
Victor kind of
Certainly take
shakes
a
his
look.
head. The guy in the corner shakes his head to not inspect his circle.
I may very well know, but I don't feel that it's a wise idea to go looking into it. It is something that I'm guessing is a personal research or a personal work that we are not to look at.
You are a strange one, Horn Song.
What tipped you off? The horns?
Says, I don't much care about the horns. What's on this table?
Gosh. What is on that table? Bones. It looks like cat bones.
Okay.
They're old, moldy. You're not sure. I mean, there are skeletal summoned cats in the room.
I'm tossing this bitch, man. This bitch is getting tossed. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
Yep, you're disturbing stuff, and Victor keeps shaking his head in the corner.
I'm going to let's leave the things be for now. This is all here. Obviously, the door was barricaded in a way that we weren't intended to come in. This is a private study, obviously, between what's in here versus what's out in that main room. The wizard that is working here, he values his privacy, and we want nothing but to be friends with someone this powerful.
I do not smell power. I smell fear.
Yeah. After Tato speaks, roll. Well, yeah, he's pretty open to it. He drops his invisibility spell at this point. This is my study. You have barged in. He's gaining some confidence. What is the state of affairs? I heard a commotion outside, but was deep in my work. I assume Father sent you?
To some degree. There's a large issue with the gates in the town and the fences having been broken due to blights attacking.
I've never seen a blight. How big was it?
Couple of the tree blights were 60 plus feet tall. There were thorn and vine blights, I believe they were. Much smaller, more of a humanoid size and shape. I mean, I'm sure if you would like, we could, by all means, fetch some corpses for you. There's not many left, if any, left alive.
Well, do you have need of a magician in this repair effort? I am quite practiced.
We are always in need of someone as obviously skilled as you are. There is no question about that. Have you been locked up here, or was this your private sanctuary?
This is my own creation. I am quite adept at enchantment. Would you like to see?
Surely I would. What about you, Walks Among Stars?
Walks Among Stars has his arms crossed now, and he's looking at you, and he's like kind of nodding slowly, but he's got that look on his face like, I see what he's doing. But he also has a look on his face like he's not very good in social situations, so he's concerned to open his mouth, but he'll nod and he'll say, yes.
Victor cautiously and slowly crosses the room to the table of bones and begins. As he passes the table, he picks up the leather book and turns to a page and begins a spell. A good 5 minutes of effort go by, and nothing is seeming to happen.
Am I seeing anything come through the rift, or do I see anything happening?
Yes. Walks Among Stars, you assume that he's either incapable of casting spells because he's clearly doing a ritual of some sort. So it's going to be at least another 5 minutes if your prowess with magic is correct. What was your question, Tato? Sorry.
Do I see anything start to come through the rift? Do I see any, as if he's attempting to summon from the ethereal? Do I see anything
Nah, he's not summoning. He's you recognize the spell if you roll Arcana.
Ain't too good at it, but I got a 16.
Animate dead.
Oh,
And he's casting it as a ritual.
He's casting it as a ritual. It's a 3rd level spell.
it's
Interesting.
gonna take what, half an hour?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. 5 more from this moment, if you allow him time.
I'll sit. I will look at him and say, while you're casting, just nod. Is it all right if I sit?
He nods carefully, seeming not wanting to lose his place in his leather bound book.
Now I'll just sit straight down in front of the doorway where I'm at.
Right.
Oh yeah, 5.
Walks among stars at this point, Will. He's standing there, he's got his arms crossed, and he's getting a little bored. So he'll go into a little bit of a meditative trance for a moment. And then he'll close his yellow cat eye-like eyes. He'll close them for a moment, and he'll hum a little bit under his breath. And then as he opens his eyes, they'll cloud over like fog rolling in. And then the cloudy fog will dissipate, and his sharp feline eyes will be once again gleaming there into the room. And I've cast Detect Magic as part of my forbo ancestral
Let me get the
abilities.
Detect Magic thingy out.
Right.
Where was it? Here it is. Yeah. You've got purple.
Might not work on me that well. I did write it, but that's okay.
So the bones are beginning to show like a purple black vapor.
Okay. What about the rest?
Under where you've exposed the circle, a
Mhm.
powerful chromatic just wash of color pulses on the ground.
Mm. There's something there.
It's a little red hue at the edges, though.
Hmm.
Anywhere there's like a crookedness to the lines in the star or an error in the perfectness of the circle,
Mhm.
red flickers,
Yeah.
bust to life.
Okay. Any other magic in the room? Is there any items? Any?
The cats all give off an oily black vapor.
And so no other items in the room.
No other items seem magical in this room.
The spell book isn't magical,
Spellbook is surely a book of spells, but it
but not
contains no
itself.
magic itself.
In and of itself. No magic items, no magic anything. Okay. Cool beans. Let me see the range on this bad boy. 30 feet. Okay. All right. None below me and the floor below. Or...
You don't. Hang on.
I know. We got
There is something in the adjacent room. Not sure how powerful its aura from this distance.
Well, if it's within 30 feet of me, essentially.
Yeah.
That's
Talking about sea
detection.
magic.
That's my detector
Detect magic.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it'll go for 10 minutes, so if I walk through that room in the next 10 minutes, I will certainly detect whatever it is. So I don't believe the room is... Yeah. The room's not big enough for me not to.
I cannot find it in Roll20. I'm gonna look really quick.
What are we looking for?
Looking for the item.
Mm-hmm. 5 days. I say as soon as we wrap this scene up, we should rest for 5 days.
Yeah. So Again, purple, black tendrils on something in the other room in the attic.
Yeah, walks among stars. Will look, and he'll walk up to Tados and just real up close. He'll say, "I've seen enough. He's yours." And I'm gonna walk past him into the next room, unless you try to stop me, of course.
Potatoes.
Gonna stop him. Sorry.
You're gonna stop me?
No.
Okay, you're gonna let me walk through? Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm out of my league. I don't talk to people. I usually make people uncomfortable. So if he wants to have some kind of peaceful conversation. Obviously, the guy, I don't think he's a threat seeing this in here. This is weak. This is weak. And I'll move past, yeah.
Oh yeah. You move into the attic and you can clearly see that one of the chests contains some kind of magical item of illusion. Sorry. I shouldn't have said the school.
It's what?
I didn't say anything.
What did he say?
I didn't hear nothing.
Did you say what it was?
I said the School of Magic on accident, yeah.
Well, okay. All right. No big problem. All right. So, check for trap is 8, and then I open and search for it.
Yeah. You don't see any traps. You open the chest,
Mm-hmm.
and there's an ordinary bag. Roll a d3.
1d3.
Oh, d6.
Roll
D6.
one.
D6.
You can do a
just-
slash roll 1d3.
Oh, you can? Alright, sweet. Roll that. D3.
3.
Ooh,
3.
it's a
Max
tan,
roll.
tan cloth. And you reach inside the bag,
Yeah. Is the magic emanating from within, or?
a small fuzzy object.
Oh my god.
It's a
Is
spider.
the magic emanating from the bag or from within the bag?
In the bag, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see what it's in there. I'm curious.
All right. Yeah, you pull the fuzzy object from the bag.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
What does it? Is it magical? Am I holding the item now?
You like it. There's a magical link because as you pull it away from the bag, the stream of the energy stays within the bag. It doesn't come with the object, but the object is also magical in and of itself.
Okay.
The object glows with amber waves of grain. It's like a sap.
What is
color.
the fuzzy thing I'm looking at?
A sap color? You're not sure. It's just a small, like furry ball of fuzz.
Like the little bits of rabbit fur I buy for the cat to knock around the
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah,
Something like
exactly.
that, you mean?
Yeah.
All
Exactly.
right, I'll shrug and take it with me. I'll try to figure it out.
How do you take it with you?
Well, I'll put the thing back in the bag, and
You
then
put
I'll
it back in the bag? Okay.
put
Got
the
it.
thing back in the bag. What color did you say the bag was? Did you say it had the black
Bag.
papers?
Purple. Tendrils of like purple tendrils.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And there was amber inside. Okay.
Amber color.
I actually, you know what's hilarious about this is even though I wrote this, I can't remember all of them. Fuck
What do you
me.
think? Right there. What do you?
I remember a couple. That's okay. It's good. I love it. I love the stoner vision I get here. This is great.
Great.
All right. I'm gonna go downstairs,
Okay.
and I'll scene out at this point.
You have I can't show it to you yet. You haven't identified. It's okay. I'll have to keep it open. You've obtained a magical item.
I believe, over the course of is it a long rest? I can
And
identify
an
an
item.
item.
That's true.
Also, there's an artificer downstairs I can go talk to, but
Yeah.
I'm good for now.
Yeah. I don't know that is. Yeah, I think that's true. I don't remember if that's only for attunement requiring items or any item. I'll look into it. Yeah. Back in the room, Tatos. He finishes his spell, and the bones release the same oily. Well, you can't see it, but if you could, they'd be doing the oily black vapor thing.
I love that.
As the seventh skeletal cat rises from the dead in front of your eye. Victor gets a smug look on his face and says, Victor Valakovich, I did that.
I will stand and applaud.
He gets this huge grin.
I can honestly say I have never seen the likes of that. That is amazing.
All right, roll deception.
No, that's legit. My character has never seen animate dead, especially done as a ritual.
All right. All right.
I mean, I can do deception. Deception
let you get away
is
with
the same
that.
thing, but
I'll let you get away with that because you're not looking for insight on him currently, unless you want to.
well, he honestly seems. I mean, he's got what, 7 of these things floating around now.
Yep. He's
He honestly seems as if he knows what he's doing. I am perfectly content with that. And
oh yeah.
while he is the Burgermeister's son, I have no qualms with him individually. So, but there may be stuff that he can teach and or he can be able to help us.
All right, I'm convinced that you weren't trying to deceive him.
Yeah.
He is going to roll insight on you anyway.
Okay.
And since you're not hiding anything, we'll just have to judge you from a different angle. Forgot his name. Victor. Yeah, that's... All right, roll just straight charisma save here.
Okay.
Wow. You can let on whatever you want to let on. You got control of the situation. What do you reveal to him in this moment?
I admire the fact that he's capable of casting spells this potent, and that I am impressed with his capabilities. Obviously, he's put the warding on a door. He's raised 7 cats.
If you think
of all of
that's
them.
amazing, I've got a really hot spell I've been working on, and I could use your help. And he gestures to the circle on the floor.
The big, super dangerous looking circle.
What does spell do?
Well, within my book, the secrets of Barovia were revealed to me. And with this spell, I have access to any location. I'll show you. Step inside.
Location would we be going to?
The book doesn't say, but I believe I have tuned it to the lake north of here. Not the water, the bank, of course.
Oh, okay. So you know, or are you aware of Isaac? the head of the guard?
Of course. My father's right-hand man. He commands
He's,
great power within this town.
Isaac
I'm sure
is,
he would protect any one of us with his last breath.
and he is extremely protective of me for some reason. I don't think leaving and disappearing without him knowing would be a wise idea.
It'll be fine. You can come right back. It's just a little bit north.
How far though?
Maybe less than an hour's walk.
Oh no, I'm supposed to check in with Isaac within about 5 minutes from now. I can't do that. Let me go check with Isaac.
Oh, come on. I thought we were being friends here. And he's gonna cast suggestion on you.
Huh. Too bad Kirk's got 2 more fucking lucky charges.
Yep. What's the
Alrighty.
save on it? Well, I don't need to know that part.
A wisdom saving
what's-
throw.
Shit. Okay.
Good luck, buddy.
You got 2 charges.
Alright. What we got here?
Let's get all 3 dice.
Yeah, lucky.
Yep.
No, there you go.
You got one more.
22 sounds good.
No, lucky doesn't give you advantage as far as I
Oh.
know.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
Yeah, it does. Lets you choose from any of the dice you've rolled.
Yeah, but he hasn't rolled with a
I
disadvantage
didn't
or
roll
advantage.
with advantage or
Right.
disadvantage.
But the second roll could be his last lucky.
Nah.
Oh
That's
wait,
not-
does it not?
Yeah, no, it doesn't give you advantage. It just lets you re-roll a roll.
Already. Oh, so he has to get disadvantage in order to use that trick. Okay.
Yeah.
But he has one more roll, right?
You have
No.
a third roll if you
No, I don't.
you only have 2.
One.
Once more than one lucky is used on a single instant, it negates all previous luckies.
No, that's if more than one creature spends a luck point to influence the outcome of a roll. You're still just one creature, not more than one.
Ah.
So you can use your third point there if you want to try to
Do it, man.
save one more time.
What's suggestion? Is it one word? No, that's command. Suggestion.
Suggestion is an idea. He's trying to convince him that it's not that long of a walk back from the destination. You should try it. It's a great idea to take part in this spell.
Fuck! I left him in there alone. Huh? Good luck, buddy.
Ooh! Ooh! Oh boy!
Got it.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
That is an exact match. You've saved against suggestion.
You need a
and
beat.
you realize that he attempted to suggest that you stay.